Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Hold My Nuggets Incorporated for your 2019 NFL Week 8 pre-game prediction show. I am the host, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. And before we get into this week's game, let's just address the Ravens once again, because I was reading through the comments. I didn't have an opportunity to go and respond because I was over there in Boston doing some black and brown films work. But a ton of people talking about, well, Lamar Jackson, you said he couldn't throw. There was like 6 drop balls. You're correct. However, I don't believe the Ravens can throw the football effectively. I still have no belief in Lamar Jackson being able to throw the football. But that doesn't mean that he cannot. I would just like to see it happen often. Does that mean that he's incapable of doing it? No, it does not. Does that mean that he's incapable of improving? No, it does not. Do I hope to see the man throw the football better? Without question. Does receivers dropping the ball affect him? Yes, but in the case of last week, not really. They should have did a better job. But still, where I stand on Lamar Jackson, I'd like to see him go out there and throw the football to where teams can say he is a threat, throwing the ball, not only a threat on the ground. Granted, if the legs are his strength, teams are going to try to continue to go and say, hey, he's a running back. He can't really throw like that. Let's force him to throw. When Lamar Jackson starts going out there and consistently having 250, 300-yard games at command, then at that point I'll say I feel comfortable with throwing the football. But from where I stand right now, there's inconsistencies there. That's why my analysis is on that. Well, he's a Steelers fan. He hates the Ravens. He's just a hater, bro. I've said this countless amount of times. Only team that I dislike in the NFL is the Giants. And that is primarily because of Giants fans, because I'm a native New Yorker. But if there was any team in the NFL that I would dislike and hate on, it would be the Giants. You hate the Cowboys! No, I just make fun of the Cowboys. Like I make fun of all 32 teams in the league. The Cowboys just happen to get it most because they have a meme. And I make fun of them. And their fans happen to be the highest number in the league. So since there's so many Cowboys fans, when you make fun of a Cowboy fan, you feel as if you're making fun of 100,000. Versus when you make fun of a Cardinals fan, you're really only making fun of 10. You get me? Now that we've nipped those in the butt, people still gonna come in the comments. Yo, you really a hater, man! You hate on black quarterbacks! He's a coon! Whatever the case may be, let's talk about what's transpiring in Week 8. Let's bring up the energy. First and foremost, Thursday Night Football, the Redskins taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Adrian Peterson playing against his Vikings. Case Keenum, Kirk family member Cousins taking on the Washington Redskins. Teams going against each other and their former franchise player. Was Kirk family member Cousins a franchise quarterback for the Washington Redskins? Technically, no. I mean, if you're only there for about 8 years, 7 years? 7 years? 8 years? Came in 2012. He left this past year. No, 2 years ago. Was it 7 years? 6 years? Well, RG3 was the one who started. Whatever the case may be, he's going back to play against the Washington Redskins. Adrian Peterson, I believe he only played against the Vikings once when he was with New Orleans. And he didn't really get any carries that game. So, I'd like to see what's going to transpire. More importantly, Adrian Peterson has a high ankle sprain coming into this game. And initially they thought, I don't want to say they thought he wasn't going to play, but they thought it would at least be questionable. It turns out he's most likely going to play today. Up until this point, it's about 5 o'clock p.m. So the game should be starting in 3 hours. By the time this video is posted, it's going to be probably 6 o'clock. So it's 2 hours until kickoff from the time that you're watching this. I'm not sure if he's going to be cleared to play, but from where I sit, they said it was probable. So he will most likely be playing. Regardless, will it help them win? Absolutely not. Adam Thielen's not playing for the Minnesota Vikings, but I still believe this particular game will be, ran through Dalvin Cook. The dreadlock powers will be on display, and he's going to run effectively against the Washington Redskins. Now, Kirk family member, he's playing at home. Do I think it's going to be an arduous task to go against this Redskins defense? No. Do I expect to see Stephon, TM, Doug Trio use Diggs? Oh, that doesn't make any sense. Use Doug Trio, Diggs, go out there and kill? Perhaps. I expect him to get one on Josh Norman because I have no confidence in Josh Norman. But I have the Minnesota Vikings winning this game. Defensively, I think they can disrupt Case Keenum, so I'd like to see how things will transpire and what the quarterback situation moving forward is in Washington. Are we going to see Dwayne Haskins for the rest of the year? Is it just going to be, Case Keenum? Maybe Colt McCoy could get another chance. Who knows what the deal will be. But I'm rolling with the Vikings to win this game. Next, the Broncos taking on the Colts. I'm rolling with the Colts to win this game. No Emmanuel Sanders for the Broncos. The offensive line is absolutely basura for the Denver Broncos. Joe, I'm only elite when I played in a Ravens uniform back in 2012. Flacco is going to have no time, and I think the Colts are going to take advantage of that. More importantly, the pass rush of Denver, no Bradley Chubb. They were able to pick up some sacks with Von Miller a few weeks back. However, I don't expect to see that happen against this elite Colts offensive line. More importantly, I believe this particular game will be ruled by Marlon Mack. I think Marlon Mack's going to have that return of the Mack playing the entire game. More importantly, I don't know why I'm talking as if my voice is cracking, but Jacoby Brissett, he's going to have a good game too. I like the way that he played last week. You know, he had 4 TDs on the day. I think he only had like 6 incompletions. Whatever the case was, he played a very flawless game. I don't think it was only 6 incompletions. I think it was more than 6, but he played a sensational game. That's all I know. Bottom line, I got the Colts winning this game at home in Lucas Oil Stadium. If I'm a Broncos fan, Elway, you got to find your quarterback, man. But I would not give up on Flacco. What I would do is invest in an offensive line. You keep changing quarterbacks and ignoring a problem. I don't care who's playing quarterback. You take enough hits, you'll end up like Andrew Luck. Next, you have the Bucs taking on the Titans in Tennessee. Ryan Tannehill played a sensational game last week, but I think the Bucs will bounce back and get this done. I do believe that Derrick Henry will have a decent game. I think he scores 2 or 3 touchdowns. But through the air, I think Ryan Tannehill will struggle. I'm not sold on a Bucs defense because that's really their Achilles heel, besides Jameis Winston's, propensity to enjoy apple turnovers. But outside of that, I think offensively they're going to operate well, the Bucs that is, and go out there and get a W. Probably like a 28, 25, 27, 24, whatever the case may be. I'm rolling with the Bucs to win this game in Tennessee. Mike Evans, he's about to go out there and molest Malcolm Butler in football terms. If that's something outside of football, we should tell the authorities. But I'm rolling with the Bucs to win this game. Then the Cardinals traveling to New Orleans to take on the Saints. A lot of people would talk about this game as necrophilia. A lot of people were saying New Orleans is going to rub their nutsack all over, the damn Arizona Cardinals. This game, it's a trap game. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals got 3 consecutive W's. All right, Chase Edmonds is running out of his mind. We haven't even seen too much David Johnson to where he's made you turn your head and look. That hasn't happened yet. Fitzgerald hasn't really had no breakout sort of game yet. But Kyler Murray is playing sensational football. Cardinals defense may not be as, well, they never really were elite, but they're not, wowing anybody. But I think the Saints might possibly underperform. I think because of that, the Cardinals can make this a game. And more importantly, I think this time, for this game, you got to get that whistle. Woo, woo! Upset alert! I'm rolling with the Cardinals to win this game. Every arrow points towards the Saints to walk in there at home and walk out with the W. But damn it, this Cardinals team, Kyler Murray, they got some confidence. I think the Saints may possibly lay an egg. It won't be an egg to where they all play like trash, but I think it's going to be enough of an egg to where the Cardinals can crack open a W. All right, now for the Saints, Teddy Bridgewater is playing very solid thus far this season. Everybody's waiting for whenever Drew Brees will return. I saw a comment from somebody saying that the Saints really should be 7-0, which I agree. If Drew Brees ain't get hurt and the Cam Jordan touchdown against the Rams didn't end up getting, blown dead, the Saints might have messed around and been undefeated. But that's not the case. I think this game, the Cardinals can shock individuals and beat who I believe to be the best team in the NFC. Only reason why they're not is because the 49ers are undefeated. If the 49ers were not undefeated, I would have the Saints ranked as the best team in the NFC. But I think the Cardinals mess around and pull off an upset. If they do, if I'm a Saints fan, I would not be concerned. Every team can have a bad week. You saw that happen last week with Seattle. But I'm feeling it in my soul. I'm locking it in. Cardinals upset alert. Next, Bengals taking on the Rams. The Rams gonna get the W here. The Bengals, I have no confidence for an upset alert for this particular team. All right, I expect to see the Rams defense, more importantly, Jalen Ramsey, walk away with a pick, possibly going to the house. That D-line, Aaron Donald might mess around and have 4 to 5 sacks this particular game. If he don't, I'm disappointed. Somebody better go and molest Andy Dalton in the back, in the backfield. Something's got to happen. If I'm the Bengals, first and foremost, Joe Mixon got to get going. Joe Mixon got to get, if he don't, it's over. Andy Dalton will be touched in the backfield. I don't know why I keep making it so uncomfortable, leaning into the touched. But the Rams, they're going to roll. I think they're going to roll this game. No sort of opposition before them going up against the Bengals. It's going to be an easy game. I'm rolling with the Rams to win this one. Jets, Jaguars in Jacksonville. I think the Jets bounce back. Le'Veon Bell will have a good game as long as they give him more than 15 carries. If he has less than 15 carries, the Jets will lose. Over 15 carries, the Jets will win. Sam Darnold needs to protect the doggone football. Last week, what did we see on Monday Night Football? We saw this man turn the football over 5 times. You don't want to do that against a Jags defense. More importantly, it's not as if this Jags secondary can cover like that. They're decent, but they don't have Jalen Ramsey no more. I'm not afraid of anybody who's back there, so let it fly. Get the ball into the hands of your slot receivers. Quit Adam Gates throwing the damn ball down the field. 5-step drops. That's stupid. Use your common sense. Because the Jags pass rush will get after Sam Darnold. So that offensive line, they might not be able to block for the 4-5 seconds you want them to. So utilize some hot routes. Utilize those slants. Utilize those outs. Maybe even throw a couple of screens up in there. But do not. We're gonna run a Y cross. Matter of fact, no. We're gonna have what was the play from John Gruden back in the day? Spot. No. What was it? What was it called? It was scatter the left, right, tight. F left. 392 Y stick Z spot. Like, don't go and call these damn plays. What are you doing? Throw the damn ball in the short to intermediate routes, and you'll be able to walk away with W's. How the hell the Patriots run 0 all game and you keep trying to go deep? Ridiculousness. But I got the Jets winning this game on the road. I do think Minshew's going to play a good game, but I think he's going to throw a couple of costly picks. Jamal Adams, that's a name to watch for this particular week, but I got the Jets winning that game. Giants taking on the Lions. Initially, this is going to be an easy W for the Lions. However, Kerryon Johnson's out. He's on IR. Darius Slay, he didn't return to the last game. They're saying they're not sure if he's going to play. I don't think he will play. I think the Giants mess around and sneak their way into a W. Saquon Barkley has his game over 100 yards. I think ultimately Rosas, whoever that kicker's name is, he kicks a game-winning field goal. Detroit drops, and now they officially become the bottom of their division. They may be there right now, but this is what's going to make it official. And then their season will go on the decline from here. Yeah, I have the Giants winning this game. Detroit, they're not going to have a run game this particular game. It's not as if the Giants' defense is something to be feared if we're going to force Stafford to pass. Oh, that's really going to stop the Lions. No, but I think there's going to be a couple of turnovers, costly turnovers, but Danny Dimes is going to have a good game, and then the media is going to start talking about, man, oh, dude, he looked amazing. Oh, let's rate him higher than he really is. And then he drops 5 interceptions next week. But I got the Giants winning this game on the road in Detroit. Next, the Chargers. And now go Chargers, go, taking on the Bears in the Windy City in Chicago. Both these teams desperately need a W if they want to keep pace. For the Chargers, they need a W to turn their season around. For the Bears, they must keep pace in the NFC North, because if they don't, they will not get a playoff berth. First and foremost, this game is indicative of the quarterbacks to play a good game. Bottom line, Mitch Trubisky, you cannot go out there and lay an egg like you did last week. Phillip Rivers, obviously, can you trust Melvin Gordon? Can he hold on to the football? That's yet to be seen in the clutch. But they haven't had a consistent run game there. But Phillip Rivers got to go out there and win this doggone game because that run defense for the Bears will not allow Melvin Gordon, will not allow Austin Eckler, will not allow whoever tries to run the football to get going. But you're passing against all pros in that secondary. So Keenan Allen, you better step up. Hunter Henry, you better step up. Mike Williams, if he's on the field, you better step up. These guys have better play good football for Phillip Rivers if the Chargers want to win. For the Bears, again, Mitch Trubisky, bottom line. However, I would like to see David Montgomery get 20 carries. Please, give this man the football. I am tired of looking at highlights, watching back the games, looking at statistics, and seeing this man not being fed the rock. You got rid of Jordan Howard. You brought in shifty Montgomery Burns. I'd like to see him get the ball in his hands. Please let him run the football. He'll make a couple of people miss and possibly get into the end zone. But Mitch Trubisky, you need to find Allen Robinson consistently down the field. You need to find Miller consistently down the field, and take care of the football. But I'm taking, God, this is going to be tough. I'm going to take the Chargers to win this game. I think the Chargers might mess around and get out there, Funk. I really want to take the Bears. I really want to take the Bears because I believe they'll give Montgomery the ball. But, God, I think I'm going to take the Chargers. This could go either way. But I'm going to lean a little bit more towards the Chargers. So, Arnold, if you could do the favor. And now, go Chargers. Go. Next, the Eagles taking on the Bills. In Buffalo. The Eagles need this game. And I know I'll constantly talk about they need D-Jax back and all the other stuff. But, bottom line, those skill positions, they got to step their game up. This Bills defense is no joke. You cannot afford to have occasional hands. All right, so Nelson Aguilar, I'm looking at you. Stop alligator arming footballs. I could give a shit less of I lost it in the air. The trajectory of the ball wasn't at the distance of my hands. If I was to open my hand at 6.17 centimeters, but the ball was at 18 points. Shut your damn mouth and dive for the ball. You sound like Ricky Waters. For who? For what? Old heads, you remember that. But this Bills defense is no joke. Offensively, you want to win, stop the run, force Josh Allen to have to throw, and now you're playing to your advantage. Does that mean he cannot throw? No, it does not mean he can't throw. However, it's not necessarily his strong suit where we stand right now. Similar to Lamar Jackson, but we already addressed that. He's a hater. Shut up! Shut up! But if you are the Bills, what are we going to do? You're playing against an Eagles team that is struggling. Blitz all day. Blitz all day. And their cornerbacks are basura. So if they take your run game away, right, and they want you to pass, have confidence in your receivers to win those one-on-one battles. Because this is what they're going to do. Take away the run and force you to pass. But what they don't know in Philly is they cornerbacks suck. Matter of fact, they do know. And they're fearful that you might know as well. So Buffalo, this is the game to throw the football effectively because they're going to try to stack the box and stop the run. So throw against those garbage corners that they have. Throw against those garbage safeties that they have and take advantage. Sorry, Malcolm Jenkins, you're not garbage, but you're on the secondary by affiliation. You're garbage. I mean, you may not be garbage, but you got a GLAD membership. So let's just look at it like that. All right, you got a sponsorship by GLAD, and I'm not talking about the homosexuals with 2 A's. If you know, that's a joke. I'm very witty. This is what I do. I'm actually a comedian. Next, but I'm taking the Bills to win this game at home. Next, the Seahawks taking on the Falcons. No Matt Ryan. No Ito Smith. He tried to block somebody, and that was the end for him. Matt Ryan, my leg. He can't play. He's not practicing yesterday. He didn't practice today either. That's why I highly doubt he's going to be the guy. Pick six Poppy, Matt Schaub is going to be in at quarterback. Yeah, the Seahawks are going to win. Do I have to explain why? Matt Ryan, you can do the honors. No, it's over. It's over. The Seahawks, you guys win. Easy win. Chris Carson, you should run over 100 yards, and when you do, the game will be decided. As Liquid Snake would once say, when battle isn't treated. No, when death isn't treated, the battle is decided. Well, the death was Matt Ryan getting hurt. The battle will be decided this Sunday afternoon. W for the Seahawks. That's an easy one. Next, or I should say, go to Staples. That was easy. Next, the Panthers taking on the 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, he got hurt, concussion protocol. He was cleared. Matt Breida, he got hurt, concussion protocol. He was cleared. So they will both most likely still be on the field. Now, the Panthers riding 4 consecutive victories coming off of a bye week. Christian McCaffrey being the most dangerous running back in the league, playing against this 49ers front that has been balling out of their minds. And I think this particular game, that secondary, stingy secondary, will take advantage of the young, Kyle Allen over there and catch a couple of picks. I think this is the game in which he loses and the Panthers go down to the 49ers. I think the 49ers will be able to run the football effectively. Jimmy G will have a good game. I don't think the Panthers will disrupt him. More importantly, they're playing at home. And George Kittle, watch out for him because I expect him to have a very good game. Christian McCaffrey will find the end zone. However, he will be the only operating piece for the Panthers offense this particular game. I think the 49ers will be able to take away Greg Olsen. I think they're going to take away Curtis Samuel. And that pass rush, more importantly, Nick Bosa will get after Kyle Allen, force that man to throw a couple of turnovers, thus leading to a 49er victory. So I'm rolling with the home team, San Fran, those gay boys, to get that W. All right, now it's not because their team is gay. It's because San Francisco has a large population of gay people. But they play in San Jose. You're getting the demographic wrong. That's not where they're from. They say San Francisco 49ers, don't they? It's the name of San Francisco 49ers. You know what? We're not getting into it. Next game, the Browns taking on the Patriots. I think this is the game, man. I think this is the game. Woo, woo! Upset alert! I'm rolling with the Browns to win this game. I know. How the hell can you pick the Browns to win? Cleveland pastry chef Baker Mayfield out here cooking up apple turnovers week after week after week. The last time we saw him, he threw 3 picks. Oh, I understand. Bill Belichick's defense just destroyed and zipped the Jets. How can you choose the Patriots? Listen, this kid operates on his bravado. When the lights are shined on people like this, they either crumble or they step up. We have seen him crumble. Life is a roller coaster. When you're on your downs, there's going to be an upswing at one point. I think this particular game will mess around and be the upswing. Because I can guarantee you this. There will be moments in this game that will make absolutely no sense. I just feel it in my soul. I think Baker Mayfield's going to walk into New England and put on a show. I wish I could explain in detail how he's going to dissect that defense, but I just feel it in my spirit. I think Odell and Jarvis are going to have very good games. I think Nick Chubb will run over 100 yards. I think that defense will get taken advantage of. I don't know why. I'm telling you right now, I just feel it in my spirit. For the last hour and a half, I was sitting here trying to figure out why the hell does my mind keep telling me the Browns are going to win? Because every arrow should be pointing towards New England. Because the Browns are operating not as a cohesive unit, but a completely destructive sort of team thus far this season where they continually beat themselves. I don't know why. I got the Browns winning on the road. Do I think the Patriots will struggle? Yes, I think somehow Myles Garrett's going to mess around and have 2.5 sacks and not get flagged for roughing the passer. I think, in the secondary, maybe those guys might mess around and catch a couple of tip balls, intercepted, mess around and take one to the house. Maybe somebody might just take a kick return or a punt to the house. Maybe all 3 aspects of the game, the Browns find their way into the end zone. Maybe they hold New England to 17 to 21 points and walk out with a field goal or a touchdown victory. I got the Browns winning on the road. Say what you want. I could be wrong. It's a possibility. But my spirit is telling me the Browns gonna win on the road. Upset alert. Okay? Browns winning. Next, Raiders taking on the Texans. Will Fuller, my body is made of glass, is gone once again. But do I think that's enough to make the Raiders go and get a W? Not so much. The Texans took a big loss last week against the Colts, so they're going to be looking to bounce back. The Raiders took an absolute thrashing from the quarterback position as Aaron Rodgers had 6 total touchdowns. I think Deshaun Watson will replicate a microcosm of what Aaron Rodgers did. But a microcosm of what Aaron Rodgers did is still a good performance. I think the Texans walk away with this W. But finally, I think we're going to hear J.J. Watt's name a couple times. Derek Carr last week had another break in his vehicle where he simply fumbled before getting into the end zone. But that offense was operating very well. Because of that, I think although J.J. Watt will have a good game, Derek Carr and the Raiders offensively will perform once again. Their defense will not be able to stop Deshaun Watson. And they're going to win by 2 scores because the Raiders will score some of the time. The Texans will score all of the time. I got the Texans winning this game. I would love to say, hey, those Gruden grinders can get it done, but they're a couple of years away. They're a couple of years away. They got a couple of things that they got to get fixed. The Texans, that defense, they can perform, but when they're playing against a much more superior offensive line like they did last week, you're going to struggle. Raiders' offensive line ain't as good as Indianapolis, so I'm expecting to see that D-line get after Derek Carr, force him to make a couple of bad decisions. And like I said, I expect this game to be high scoring. The Raiders will score some of the time. The Texans will score all of the time. Rolling with the Texans to win this game. Chiefs taking on the Packers. Sunday night football. I would have loved to say, man, those Chiefs gonna get, there's no damn Patrick Mahomes. I understand he practiced today. I get it. Do not rush this man back from injury. Please do not. Please do not. Whether he plays or he does not play, I got the Packers winning this game on the road. They're walking into Arrowhead. They're walking out with the W. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to have a decent game. Not sensational, but I expect on the ground Jamal Williams, Aaron Jones. These guys, they're going to combine for over 150 yards rushing. Not individually. They're not both going to run for 150 yards and all of a sudden, yo, they ran for 300 by themselves. No, I think they're going to run for over 150 yards, take the pressure off of Aaron Rodgers, and he's going to have a very good game. If I'm the Chiefs, LaShawn McCoy, Darrell Williams, the other Williams, Darren Williams, these guys got to have a good game. You need that run game to protect Matt Moore from having to go against that Packers defense and expect him to go out there and make plays. Now, if Patrick Mahomes by some miracle plays and he's not my kneecap, still, protection is key. Bottom line. And if they go out there and they expect to play through Mahomes, you're going to have a bad time. There will be no real estate this game. I got the Packers winning this game on the road. Think Aaron Rodgers will play a good game, but not a great game. But that run game will play sensational. I got the Packers winning on the road. And last but not least, I think I covered everything. Last but not least, the Dolphins and the Steelers. Monday night, good Lord in heaven, the damn Steelers better win this game. That's the bottom line. It ain't no prediction, but the Steelers better win this game. If you let Ryan Fitzmagic Patrick go out there and beat you at home, somebody is getting slapped. Somebody gonna get their ass whipped. That's all I know. Whipped. Not even with a W. There's just a long breath. Whipped. That's all I know. I expect to see James Conner run the football effectively. Jalen Samuels return back to practice. I do not want to see Wildcat. Why? Because Mason Rudolph is healthy. He is probably going to start at quarterback. Most likely, I think, yeah, he's probable to start at quarterback. But even if Devlin Hodges somehow goes and plays, I expect the same thing. I would like to see Vance McDonald and the other tight ends get the ball in their hands. I would like to see Juju Smith-Schuster assault this defense. Please do not lose to the damn Dolphins. There is no reason why you should lose. If Pittsburgh jumps out to a lead, because I expect them to jump out to an early lead, they cannot afford to squander it. If I'm the Dolphins, what I'm going to do is run the football to probably set up short, third and manageable, and then let Ryan Fitzpatrick run a play-action fake. The Steelers defense will over-pursue as they always do, and then you start to go deep towards Devontae Parker. You start to go deep to other sort of receivers down there. But do I expect to see that happen? No. I would like to see Pittsburgh's defense party in the end zone and everybody sliding. Devin Bush, Defensive Rookie of the Year, which he's going to win, is going to have a party. But I have the Steelers winning this game. So here are my predictions once again. I have the Vikings cut off in the middle of me getting ready to start making my picks. So luckily, I started fucking up on the picks, so thank God it cut off. But as I said, these are my picks for this particular week. Let me know who you guys are choosing in the comment section. I got the Vikings winning on Thursday Night Football, the Colts defeating the Broncos, the Bucks taking down the Titans, the Cardinals upset alert on the Saints, the Rams defeating the Bengals, the Jets beating the Jaguars, the Giants going into Detroit and taking down the Lions, the Chargers, or the Bears. It really can go either way. But I think I was leaning more towards the Chargers, so I'm going to choose the Chargers to win this game. The Bills defeating the Eagles, the Seahawks thrashing the Falcons, the 49ers taking down the Panthers, the Browns upset alert defeating the Patriots, the Texans taking down those Raiders, the Packers throwing a bunch of cheese on the Kansas City Chiefs, and the Steelers taking down the Dolphins. And that has been your 2019 NFL Week 8 pre-game analysis prediction show. I have been your host, the diligent, vigilant, meticulous, sagacious, conscientious, analytical, methodical individual, the Chiseled Adonis. And before I go to the shadow realm, feel free to comment those pass interference calls thus far this season, because I will be compiling the what the hell is pass interference in the NFL next week in Hold My Nugget Studios. I'm trying my best to make sure that video will be released on Wednesday. I have already started compiling some clips, so feel free to continue to aid me and help me out. Even if you saw somebody commented in the comment section in a prior video of a certain sort of play, keep commenting those same plays or other plays that you've seen this season. The first person you see, put in there the Saints and the Rams pass interference no call from the NFC Championship last year. Just comment at them. You big dummy. Just you big dummy. That's all it is. Just let them, don't even tell them why. Just put you big dummy. Anybody who comments a pass interference call from the preseason or last year or 3 years ago, or you bring up, well, remember what happened when the referees didn't even call the catch right? We're not talking about catches. We talk about pass interference. If I see somebody write something about Bert Emanuel, if I see somebody say something about Refno, who's the Oilers receiver when he caught the touchdown against the Steelers in the 1979 AFC Championship, he got both his feet down, but the referees didn't have instant replay, and they got together and said, we're in Pittsburgh, we're getting the hell up out of here. Fuck those Houston guys, and walked out. I think it was Renfro. Yeah, it was Renfro. Was it Mike Renfro? I think that was his name. I think it was Mike Renfro. We're gonna talk about that right now. Pass interference calls, write them in the comment section. I will have that video for you next week. Why am I clapping like I'm an angry black woman? Whatever the case may be, to the shadow realm I go. Enjoy the game tonight. And P.S. Next Tuesday, I'm gonna be on the dumpster fire with 5-point vids and a urinating tree. A lot of you guys have said, oh, we want you to be on there. You should collaborate with urinating tree. You should get with 5-point vids. Well, here's an opportunity. So I'm gonna be on their dumpster fire YouTube channel. I'll probably do a separate video on next Monday to promote for the impending video, or I should say the impending live stream the following day. So you guys stay tuned for that. So you guys, it's happening. It's happening. Get like Kurt Angle. Get the loud, get the walkie-talkie. It's happening. It's happening. It is happening. Me, 5-point vids, urinating tree. A big time collaboration on a live stream, the dumpster fire. This upcoming Tuesday, 8 p.m. Now I'm going to the shadow realm. Now, the shadow game's down here. I'm getting out of here. You enjoyed this week's of football.